there's Rob and Athena. I have someone bringing a car out soon. Someone's going to be dropping a car off at some point, I think. And we'll probably keep it to as short as it needs to be, I guess, but we have a lot to discuss. Oh, jeez! I about got rope burn. Holy bananas. Oh, we got a live viewer. Rob's dog just spotted a putty tat. And a putty cat? A cat. Yeah, that was a cat. And and it just about strangulated my knees. Boy, that sun is... Who needs music in the background when you have the peepers and crickets and... Oh, I'm gonna miss it when winter comes.
We're not gonna have them in winter.
No?
I think it's gonna be way too warm. I already bought a second season pass for Fishbowl Bus.
You have a second season pass? 2 season pass. That's pretty rad. Pretty radical. What's going on, everyone? We have a lot of questions to answer tonight. I have a lot of questions for you, and you guys have answers for us, is what it seems to be. Because when I made this, did not expect this reception. I did not plan on falling in love with a buck like this. So we are really excited to talk tonight about some questions. I'm gonna see. Oh, we have 4 live viewers. Wow, that's awesome. Yay! I'm gonna pull up on this one so I can watch the chat and actually answer Brian Cooper. Good evening. Good evening, Brian. Hopefully you guys can hear us. I don't have a microphone hooked up, so we're just going straight off the phone. And with YouTube's horizontal thing, it'd be hard to put the mic in right now. So I'm going to pull up the live chat on another phone here. We're probably going to get interrupted. Someone's dropping off a car. But I definitely want to... Well, there you go. Right on. That is awesome. Does it show up in... Oh, yeah. There we go. It is full. I'm going to grab... Yes. Because I want to answer and go through the chat, even though I do try to, or not the chat, but like our comment section, I want to go through and talk about some of the comments, because did you realize, Rob, did you know prior to doing anything that this is a Golden Gate tourist bus? This bus was sent to here, I'll read it here when I get it up here. This is so awesome. I never expected any of this. I made a video on this bus thinking I'll use it as an opportunity to improve my editing skills, and because I love motorcycles and want to do a lot of videos on motorcycles. But it turns out that there's a lot of interest in the bus, and the more interest the bus brings, the more interest I get. Now we got 10 live viewers.
10?
So 10, not 10, yeah. Maybe I'm one of them looking at our chat on this one, but I don't think it counts. Anyway, I never expected this reception. And now having a mechanical background, mechanical insight, we can get this thing running, maybe. No, I mean, like, we can maybe eventually someday get it running to where we could take it anywhere we want to go safely, reliably, and legally. Because right now, I think the old DOT up on the interstate wouldn't, he could probably have a few things to say. Brian Cooper, I can hear you. Man, this phone, the way I have this phone out, I can't even read the chat. So I will read the comments here in just a second. I am so appreciative. We're so grateful to have you all with us tonight. The sun is setting a bit quicker than I had expected. Well, there's no, it sets at a certain pace every night, but tonight's going to be a super moon. And we're going to look at it through a telescope I found in the dumpster, and it's amazing. The telescope has such good clarity. All right, I'll turn that on. I'm going to turn the volume down. So, Rob, did you know that this was a Golden Gate? This spent time on the Golden Gate Bridge? What? Did you know that this was a Golden Gate tourist bus?
This one?
This exact bus was spent its life in San Francisco carrying tourists to and from and around areas of the Golden Gate Bridge. And
how do we know that?
From, I want to pull it up so I can give the gratitude and proper acknowledgement to the gentleman that brought it. Okay, Brian Cooper, I can hear you a lot better now. Golden Gate Transit. Brian, was it you that I sent the serial number 2 last night and you brought that to our attention? Golden Gate Transit. So clear that up. Is that a company in San Francisco, or did this really like spend time? I mean, I've done no research, none. Obviously, if you've watched the first video, we could have divulged so much more information on this thing, but I just wanted to like do a video about how we got this bus running, and it took no effort. Little did I know that this bus is so special to so many people, and it's really growing on me. I don't know about the neighbors, but it's really growing on me and Rob. I love the thing.
Hey, kitty.
TF Mike, what's going on? Cheers, mate. So I'm going to get to some of the comments here, because that's really what I wanted to do. I put Q&A, but I'm more asking questions, and the community is just, oh my gosh. I didn't check our analytics at all, but that's pretty good. We got up to 142 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. Like our channel, as the description says, get ready for two-wheeled smiles, motorcycle revival, and mechanical adventures. So this is a mechanical adventure. It does fit into our MO of what we're about. But there's quite a difference between a little two-cycle twin-cylinder, not much, but a motorcycle and a bus is two completely different things, and we want to haul motorcycles in the bus. So like this is going to be a great thing for everybody. And okay, here we go. I'm going to pull up some comments here. Let's read in the chat, see if anybody's saying this is a good time. Okay, Golden Gate Transit, not tours. It was not a tour bus. So Golden Gate Transit. Now I need to go down that rabbit hole into what that all means. There's some paperwork in the bus. Oh, we could take, you guys want to go in? Like, we can go in. I think the connection should be good. I brought my router. Let's go in. Maybe. Right here, look at that. Let's get this through the door. There we go. Perfect. And just set it, yeah, you're like, ha! It's not that bad. I figured it'd be 80 million degrees in here. It was pretty warm today. Sorry everyone if the clarity light this is all there we go. The lights are just shining forward. That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go through some of the comments here. Boy, oh boy, my internet. I hope it's not lagging super bad on the chat, but we got 6 live viewers. That's pretty rad. I should have printed them off. I was going to print them off and have it on paper. Brian Cooper. Oh, we popped something there. Didn't like that.
No, it didn't.
I heard something click.
Well, I turned the hazards on.
Oh.
Everything went dead, which is really weird.
Let me see here. I'm going to try to slide the phone out here.
I think it might be time to,
Go back outside where there's more light.
well,
Or you want my phone to...
that's really
Where are the hazards at?
right here. But it can't blow all the fuses. You know, I mean, the headlights.
Is there a main reset? I mean, everything's done.
Right.
Is there like a reset down in the battery tray?
I have no idea.
Well, we're about to find out, eh? We're gonna get a sign up in there. That was my phone, so chat's not reaching at their pocket. 2 likes, 3 live viewers. Thank you everyone for joining in. We don't want any smoking, no drinking, none of them shoulder blasters, and no cheeseburgers in the bus, please. No. But going down the road, we allow all 4. If you got it, smoke it. If you brought it, drink it, eat it, and blast those tunes. That's awesome. So now we pop the breaker. Rob turned the hazards on. And we're going to go back over here. See, look at the stack of batteries on this thing. That was me. I just tripped myself on your dog.
It came off.
Oh, it came off?
No, it came on.
Oh,
I mean, all the lights are
so
back
just
on.
a bad connection.
Yeah.
Yeah, just I mean, he just shoved the cable on there anyway, so that is awesome. Let's take a look back here quick. We'll get to the chat, Brian. I know I haven't read your last comment there. The way the phone is mounted in my... Oh, there we go. What's he doing now? I hear clicking. Oh, this is going to be fun. So the cost, that's the other thing I want to get into is, I mean, the tires. Oh, there we go. Boy, those are working. I still haven't gotten to any of the comments. People coleslaw. Why? Pavel, I have to get to your comment here in a minute. I'm having a hard time reading chat the way the phone is set up. Rob is playing.
Ooh, look, here's another thing that I've never seen before. Warm and off.
Warm and off.
Like the heater control.
Oh. Okay, so I'm going to run through some of the comments on the cold start no edit video. Brian Cooper said never. Wait, what happened?
It's telling us low air pressure.
Really? Is there a light?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So,
Is that a buzzer?
Yeah. So it looks like there's some gauge lights on too, doesn't it?
Yeah, maybe.
So it just decided to work.
Sweet, and it does have low air pressure.
Of course.
Never turn the AC on while driving. That clutch will do serious damage when it breaks loose. Always turn AC on while at idle. Always rev the engine at 1/3 throttle. All GM buses with AC had that shroud to house the condenser and fan on the roof. non-AC models did not have that housing and had a much larger rear window. So this is a true straight up AC model, and that AC compressor that's in this thing is just a monster. Big V3. It's probably like 2000 cc's. I mean, whatever. It's huge. I've not.
I wonder how many pounds of refrigerant.
We're gonna get to that because someone told us, and we're gonna give them credit here shortly.
Obviously R12.
Yep, 24 pounds. Yep, 24 pounds of refrigerant is.
I would have thought it would be more than that actually, since most cars are only like 3.
Well, the most, yeah, like SUVs, I remember at the dealer just putting like 2.1 at the most, and that's with dual.
Right.
So Brian Cooper, thank you very much for that AC information. Long Island Mopars. I grew up with this style bus all over New York City and the 5 boroughs. They bring back great childhood memories. See, that's the part I totally missed when I made, like, this bus connects with so many people on so many levels, and even to a kid like me who grew up in a small farm town and, you know, the only buses were school buses. This is really growing on me. It really is. Like, it's got a lot of character. It has a lot of character. Tim Hersman said it should be able to be started from the driver's seat as well, which, yes, it is. We can do that. There's that switch there. He said he cut his teeth driving these things at the bus yard back in his teens.
Right.
How awesome is that? Detroit diesel with a flexing arm. Trucker Kev, the paid tourist. Trucker Kev, the paid tourist, said, nice type too. Are you a fan of Scott the Bus Grease Monkey? And I replied, I am now, because if you haven't, anybody in the live chat, if you have not checked out Scott the Bus Grease Monkey, do so. He has got some amazing, awesome bus videos. So definitely be sure and check that out. Christina Stacharucho-JNPL9. I do like diesel engines. 24 pounds of Freon. Clayton Coolidge said, per the Detroit manuals, y'all need to have the high idle on around 1200 RPM. These can't go low idle as they won't make enough oil pressure to get to the top of the engine effectively, and will not cool the pistons enough and will tear up your liners and rings. These are meant to be operated at wide open, not to idle. Well, that's awesome because we love to hold things wide open. Get some nitrous and get that thing to the drag strip. That was our very first comment. So,
my old roommate told me we should do a reverse Evel Knievel and try to jump 25 motorcycles.
That would be cool.
With the bus.
Instead of jumping 25 buses on a motorcycle.
Right.
Well, we'd be much more successful, I think. Either way, though, the buses only got one landing in it. I don't think it's like the movie Speed where you can just rifle it over and over. And
I don't think a 25 motorcycles is even a bump enough to hurt it.
That's true, though. Yeah.
We need to build a ramp. We'll just run over 25 motorcycles.
That's funny. I'm going to take the phone off the stand so I can read some of these chats here. If I screw it up, I'm sorry. We're learning. Greetings from Chile. That bus is a classic gem. Pavel Kozlov. Thank you very much. Greetings to you from Wisconsin. The bus is a classic gem. It really is. It just grows on me. I can't. Every time I pull out of my driveway, it stares at me. And making the video, when we made the video, I didn't expect. I just wanted to make the original one with like the editing for practice. I thought, oh, this is kind of a fun project. I did zero research in like the niche and genre, all the things you should do on YouTube to be successful. Athena's over here trying to, you guys can't see, but
There's a kitty over there.
Oh, Athena.
Hey. It's a kitty. Look at it. It went 1 foot in the tree.
Did it really? Let's show everybody. Quiet. Oh, there's the kitty. Hi, little kitty. Awesome. My inside of my legs are killing me from when Athena hung them on her leash. No. Not all GM Fishbowls have fast idle. It was based on what the customer ordered. 1/3 throttle rev is almost equal to fast idle. It doesn't have it. I have driven and owned my own Fishbowls. Very good. Thank you. Is it still okay to hold it at wide open throttle, Brian Cooper? Because we like to hold things at wide open throttle. I'm being, a little joking, but who doesn't like to floor it? And plus, that 2-stroke diesel sounds so awesome when it's just spinning. So I'm holding a light and the phone currently. I was going to read comments from the other video as well because I've got a bunch to answer there, and I'd like to get to those and run through some of those. But this Golden Gate Transit thing is... Okay, here, I got a message I didn't read. All right, Brian Cooper says, it ran commuter service in the San Francisco area. Go to last night's message and the information I sent is there. Very good. Thank you, Brian. I am definitely going to do another video on this thing. I don't know if we're going to do history, mechanical.
You should ask him, is there like a bus registry like locomotives? You can figure out where every single bus locomotive went.
He told
every time it got sold, it went from here to the next town, to St. Louis, to Baton Rouge. Not as a route, as an owner. Is there a registry for buses like that? Because there are for locomotives.
Sure.
On the railroad.
I'm pretty sure there is, because when I sent I think it was Brian. Brian, let me know. Again, I'm a little all over the place at the moment, but I did give someone the serial number. I believe it was Brian. Yeah, it was. And he looked it up and said the information. So I'm guessing there is.
It spent time in Washington too.
Right. I believe it probably got purchased from that transit company in San Francisco or whatever when they were selling them in 02, 03 or whatever, when the last ones of these phased out, would be my assumption. But it'd be cool to find the exact real story.
Well, in Madison, Wisconsin, these got phased out in like 1981, 1983.
Okay.
So...
Brian says, do not keep it at full revolutions for too long unless you're going down the road. Yes, very good. Thank you. I don't like to hold. Yeah, we like to put it under load and then pound it. Neutral isn't fun. You can't blow things. You can blow things up too easy in neutral. But I'm going to back up the chat here and see. Ran commuter service in the San Francisco area. Okay. Golden Gate Transit, not tours. So it was not, so I completely misrepresented our tonight's stream. So thank you all for joining, and I hope that you didn't join because I misrepresented. Thank you, Brian, as well, for that information. Very, very much appreciated. I will catch up on all that here tonight. It was Golden Gate 911. Usually there is only the original order, not the next 2 nor 3 owners. Okay. Did you get that, Rob?
What? No.
So Brian Cooper says, let me get my light here. Hold on here. There's Rob. All right. Brian says, it was Golden Gate 911. Usually there is only the original order, not the next 2 nor 3 owners. So, like, I don't know if planes, like a plane, I know when I buy a Cessna from you, the book comes with me and the history, who owned it before you. But this is probably more along the lines of a car, basically.
It kind of surprises me because, like a locomotive, you can go back through the whole roster.
Right.
See each and every owner and how long they owned it and what they did with it.
What about semis, though? Are semi trucks that way?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. But after watching some of Bus Grease Monkey videos, my gosh, the mechanical side of this thing is just wicked cool. I mean, it seems to be really fresh. The engine, everything's, we got to check all the fluid. Oh, we need to change out the oil too, and just straight 40 weight is what someone suggested. They don't know my neighbor Rob, so that it may just exist the next 7 years with the oil that's in it, but
Right.
we'll change it.
There's a lot of oil, so it's good.
Yeah, there's a lot of oil, so it's good. The fuel tank,
Yeah.
it reads full right now. I read that last night. I was poking around. I came over to look at the serial number for Brian.
How many gallons of fuel does this hold?
Yeah, does anybody know how much fuel this?
Because we haven't put any fuel in it yet.
Yeah. Well, you threw 50 in a quick trip, didn't you? Just what, 10 gallons, 5 gallons? And what's that little switch do? Have you ever flipped it?
It does squat.
Yeah, it's not.
Well, it's got no wires connected to it, so I wouldn't expect it to do much. But the fuel tank looks like it's about
Size of an oil tank in a basement.
It goes all the way across the width there. See it? It's about 8 feet wide.
Jeepers.
And it's at least a foot tall. Yep, because it goes all the way to the bottom here. So it's 8 feet wide and a foot tall. Well, it's not terribly long. It's only about from that rib to this rib.
Okay.
So it's only about this wide and 8 feet long and a foot deep. Should be able to figure that out mathematically.
Hey, Westy, thanks for checking in, man. Really appreciate it. I'll be over to Frankie's here shortly. Stream here in a bit. We're going to probably wrap this up in another 10-15 minutes. So glad you could check in. Great to see you. Brian Cooper says some were around 80 to 100 gallons, which would be sufficient at 5 miles to the gallon, I'm guessing. That's what I would assume. But boy, can't do much assuming when it comes to a Fishbowl bus. Just to restore this, the livery too. Someone commented on the livery, which is a new.
We should see if we can get a picture of one of those buses so we can repaint it
to the San Francisco. Yeah, that would be awesome.
Because it probably, however, this one was purchased really late, being a 74.
It is. It was like right at the very end.
So it might have.
Well, it's actually a
paint scheme.
I think it says one of 75, but it still falls under that production thing. But
and then another thing that we have to figure out from this Brian guy is
Brian Cooper.
Brian Cooper is this is where the advertising things used to be.
Oh.
So we for sure are gonna have to put some kind of like menthol smoking.
Yes, cool.
On the side.
They're Newport. Marlboro Man. That would be. And then what about this door that folds out too? Are we pretty confident we know that someone just decided to make a door? And
this is not born with this door.
So this door folds out, which will just make it easier for our motorcycle adventures.
Because it's a ramp.
It's just, yeah. Oh, we could put a hole on the other side of the bus and then jump through the bus instead of over it, under it, or yeah. Mm-hmm. But no, this door does fold down. It's somewhat. Is that maybe why your back's been sore? Like that one? Is it pretty tough, Rob, or is it?
It's a million pounds. The pivot point's down here, so the whole thing is steel on the inside. We can open it, but it's going to crash into this fine Volkswagen.
Yeah. Rob's son has this Volkswagen sitting here. It was on logs, but it fell off.
Painted over on the inside.
So we could scrape those with a razor.
Because you can see the light coming through.
What about replacing this window?
Now also we should ask him. A lot of these buses have sliding windows.
Oh.
Did the buses with no air conditioning have 4 sliding windows?
Did the buses with air conditioning have 4 sliding, or without air conditioning have 4 sliding windows? Okay, because the rear ones do.
We only have sliders in the rear.
Okay.
Some of these buses have all 8.
All 8
4
sliding.
per side.
Okay.
Are sliding opening.
You can Google Golden Gate Transit bus images, and a photo will show of these buses. Awesome. Golden Gate Transit bus images, pending on customer order for the windows. So just everything is really on customer order. And Brian, if you don't mind, how were you a driver, purchaser? Did you run the service department for these? How are you such an awesome expert at this? Because we really appreciate all of this. I mean, I really kind of want to break down the cost of ownership next and start talking about that, because really there's nothing to do until we move forward, or till, you know what I mean? We need to get it going. Like, it goes and it runs and it drives, but we need to get it on jacks and check play and lubricate things and pull drums and replace some bags. Do real live maintenance. The radiator. I saw on Grease Bus Monkey's channel, he had a radiator video. I did not watch it, but I just saw it, so I am going to get to it. But it looked like ours, and our radiator is in some critical need. Brian Cooper. I was a bus driver for 40 years, recently retired. In between, I had bought my own buses for movie work and as historic vehicles. Awesome. That is really cool. Brian was a bus driver for 40 years, recently retired. Hopefully you're enjoying your retirement. And in between, I bought my own buses for movie work and as historic vehicles. That is so cool. Yeah, I mean, this bus, Rob, really hits home with a lot more people than I ever expected, and I kind of want to just go with that. And I have a video all set up to release on a TTR 230 with a bent shift shaft that Rob helped me rebend back. And I'm almost like to the point where I want to put that on the side burner and just focus solely on another bus video, because people want to see it and it's fun. I enjoy it. I love it. I'm just gonna sit. I don't think I've ever just sat in an old driver's seat here. Let's take a look here. GMC. I think he's talking to somebody, or he doesn't usually talk to himself, so I'm sure he's on his phone. So in our video, I don't think I got a really good picture of the pressure, but about 20 years ago, I had a CDL license for big straight trucks with air brakes, not the semi license, but between then and doing this bus video, I completely forgot that the air pressure it's more or less backwards compared to a conventional hydraulic system that not backwards, but if you lose your air, your brakes just go full on. So it's a safety thing, and we're learning, or I am. Well, everybody should be learning all the time. Water, and then miles per hour. That does not. None of those worked on the test drive. I'm gonna put the light down there and see what it looks like. Oh, sorry about that. Oh, now it shut off, so. Boy, why did it go all fuzzy on you? Why did it go fuzzy? We lost all clarity. Oh, disconnected the light. I'm sorry, everyone. Here, we'll get this going. There we go. Oh, just needed light. Brian Cooper. Once you start driving, see if it has power steering. If it doesn't, or if don't was a special order, the majority of them did not have power steering. See if the bus has a hand brake for the parking brake or a ICC knob. All right, parking brake. I would see maybe. I think that's our air brake now, maybe, but let's look around here and see. I want to say it does have power steering because when Austin was driving it, he said that it did, but we can also just go crawl under this thing and look. Oh yeah, I love the high. Whoa. It just did something. What are these? High beam, low beam? Oh. It clicked in the door. I wonder if that's to open and close the doors. And then you got your another button here too. I think that's high beam, low beam, and then that's open and close the door. If that would be nuts. That would be nuts. Let's see. I'm still looking for power, or I'm sorry, brake. What is this down here? We'll leave that alone, but so yeah, that has to be open and close the door, right? And then high, low, gas, brake. What is this? Oh, warm and off, and then it's got like a door right in front of the foot pedals. Ram air right on your feet all the time. That's pretty cool. So since Rob's still on the phone, why don't we just walk out and let's crawl underneath the front and see what the steering box looks like, because I think we'd be able to tell from that. If it has power steering, it has to be at the power, has to get to the box. All right, here we go. Just be patient with the camera on the phone and I'll do my best. Sure looks like it. There's that big blue reservoir or box off of that, and then up in there's lines up there too. So let's go, I guess, look back inside the bus and see what we got. I would assume that blue with those that blue hunk of casting off of the black piece with the steering selector shaft, that's 8 miles long. Wow, look at this. It's really hard to probably see on the phone, but anyway, I just wanted to crawl under, look at the power steering, see what's shaking there, or see if it has power steering. I'll get to this comment while I'm laying here. We'll get back, actually get off the ground. Hi, Athena. Who's a good little puppy doggy? Does this have power steering? It does, right? I'm pretty sure. I think Brian Cooper asked, and I crawled under, and it looks like there's a big box, like a power steering box under there. And Austin said it felt like it did.
Yeah, it feels like it does, but who knows?
Okay. You got to hold the battery there too. So there you go.
Well, I don't see any.
Well, the lines might be up in the cab there. It's got all those lines. It's leaking like it's a power steering box.
Yeah, there's some kind of valve body.
That's what I thought too. That blue chunk off of the black box.
It's been replaced. It's brand new looking.
Yeah, so many things on this look like it's been replaced and brand new looking. That's an air dump control for the front door motor.
Oh, we should ask him, are these airbags for the front suspension anything specific to this model bus or any buses in particular, or are these airbags semi
Bag, just run of the mill
Right.
airbags.
Are
Yeah,
there
if
only-
anybody knows in the chat.
are there only 3 versions of airbags?
Right, we know we need new bags.
Yeah,
We could use some bags.
they're looking pretty crunchy here, and you can see the
Can you see it from there fairly easily?
yeah.
Or can I get like right?
Yeah.
Oh,
There it is.
there's the bag. Oh boy, look at that.
And
But-
they were working way better than they're working right now. So,
I think
but it looks like
I'm sure there's like probably 3 different kinds, and then there. Oh, I think that's my phone. I'm gonna walk over here.
Here's the serial number right here.
Yeah, I Rob found the serial number. My son's calling me from the house. Sorry about that, guys, on the chat there. Hey, bud. What's going on? What's going on, bud? Yeah, you can come over. Where are you? At the bus. Athena's here. You're fine, though. Yeah, we've got like 10 live viewers. In a little bit, I'll be in, okay? We're going to cut this short here in about 15 minutes or so. What time is it? Oh, it's only 8. Okay, yeah, about 10 more minutes and we'll be done. Hey, I'll talk to you when you get over here, okay, bud? Uh-huh. Nice. Can I have one? All right. See ya. All right. See you in a minute, bud. Bye-bye. All right. So we're back here. Air assist power pedal, power steering, fill tank is in the engine compartment. Bags are still available for them. Get the part number. Perfect. And then as far as the parking brake, once you start driving, see if it has power steering. That's, again, so we think it does. It's leaking like it does. There's a newer box on there like it's been replaced. And then does it have a handbrake for the parking brake or an ICC knob? Do you know, Rob?
It's got an air brake knob like a semi.
Okay, yep, that's what he meant. Okay, I just want to clarify it in my brain.
I don't know what an ICC knob is, but it's
Could
like
you-
every air brake I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's like all the air brakes. What does ICC stand for? Does anybody know?
Hey, look, here's a coolant drain for the coolant system.
Really?
Yep.
Well, I don't want to blind the viewers. Oh yeah, up there.
No, it's
Or-
right here. But because we also got to figure out where the coolant's going, because we're losing a little bit of coolant. It might be coming out of the engine, might be dripping somewhere. We just haven't found it.
Yeah, so we've got some mechanical adventures to go on this bad boy. And that's where, I'm a full-time single dad. Rob's a full-time road racer. And owns a house, and we're just regular Joes. And to put 6 tires in bags, and the cost of ownership is just gotta be through the roof. But maybe it's not. We can do all the work ourselves, both mechanically inclined. It's just a radiator. I mean, have you ever priced out a radiator for it, Rob? If this one's shot, like, what do you?
I would fix it anyways.
Right, or we'd find a way to put, yeah. So, oh, my son's out riding. She's on the leash, bud. You can come over and say hi. So you see that serial number, how it was all clean on the frame?
Yep.
Last night, I'll take that from when Brian Cooper asked me, I walked over here at like 9:30 and I saw it. He's like, it'll be on the frame underneath the driver's seat.
Right.
And boom, there it was. But it was kind of,
Could have just checked the registration.
I did that first, but I wanted to just, they match. So that's good too.
Hey, Dad,
Yeah, bud.
do you know the moon right now?
Yep.
See it?
Um,
You can barely see it through the trees, right?
right.
You go but down by the trailer,
Yeah.
all the way up there.
Cool. Hello, everyone.
I'll be back. No way.
Well, thank you all for joining us tonight. Brian, thanks. Oh, Brian Cooper says ICC brake stands for Air Operated Auxiliary Brake. Then why don't they call it an AOAB switch? But I'm just being a smartass. Sorry, but that's funny. So anytime you see ICC brakes, Air Operated Auxiliary Brake. Gotcha, because you're operating the brakes from an auxiliary. You're interesting. Interesting. I never thought of that. It's so, you're operating it with your foot, but then you can also dump it with that switch. So I'm going to make a Rob's Neighbor sign for up here or destination. Probably just put San Francisco in there. That'd be pretty cool, but I don't know. What was that noise? Oh, it's just an 11-year-old making weird sounds. Brian says exactly. I felt the same way when they came out with the CDL. Speaking of that, let's see if you can answer that question for us quick as well. Do we need a CDL to drive this since it's more of a RV at this point? It's not. We're not doing any passengers. We're not making money.
It's got a motorhome designation on the title.
It has a motorhome designation on the title. So are we just good to go? Does it vary state to state? Yes, son. The puppy doggy? Right here.
Don't you hear the heavy breathing?
She's panting in anticipation of how good your thighs will taste.
And wagging her tail.
What's that, bud? Look at what? Yep.
So, I know.
I'm alive right now, bud.
Right, Dad?
Uh-huh.
That's
Oh,
the moon.
wow.
But see how bright it is? It's just.
It is. We got a super moon tonight, everyone. Make sure you check out the moon if the sun's not up where you're at.
We should bring the van all the way down there, open the back hatch, and so you can see.
I will, but we'll have our telescope out in a little bit. We found this awesome telescope at the dump in the dumpster, and it's just mind-blowing how crazy the moon looks. Have you ever looked at the moon, Rob, through a telescope, like up close? You need to stop by on your way home and check it out because it will make you, I don't know, I almost threw up. It was weird. It's like a powder ball with all these little indentations. So we would like to travel the country road racing every track from New York to California and do it all in this bus someday. That would be awesome. But we have a lot to do. So next thing is really mechanical. We need to get a list. Do you have a list started?
Sure. Well, a list of things that I've done.
But we need a list of to-do things. Because we definitely need a to-do list. No, as long as it says... No, say it with me. As long as it stays as a motorhome or RV nationwide, insurance, you get it for a RV as well. Okay, very cool. So, boom. No CDL required. Oh, I heard the kitty. I hear a kitty and the puppy wants to eat the kitty. So, all right, everyone. I think we're going to wrap it up here. Thank you all for joining us tonight. I wanted to get started a little bit more before the sun came down so we could show everyone some stuff and go over some things, but we accomplished a lot. Got a lot of questions answered from you guys, so we really appreciate that. All the knowledge, especially after... Hey, buddy, you got to turn the music off, okay? Just wait 5 minutes. I'm just telling everybody thank you for joining us and stuff, okay? So we'll be right there.
I thought I was on my BMX bike, Dad, because I love doing skids with my back tire.
Yeah.
And there's not a little hubcap thing right here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't even remember where I was, but thank you, Brian Cooper, very much. 40 years of experience owning them, operating them. You're a plethora of information, and we'll value that and your viewership for hopefully many years to come. Someone's just coming up the driveway there. A little noise, but all right, everyone. Thank you again so much for watching. I'm off to check out Fight Night Frankie, a little MMA watch along, listen along, and check out him if any of you are into MMA, but that does not at all relate to this beautiful bus. So I'm gonna go hang out with my son and look at the moon with the dog and Rob and everyone's. Have a good night. Thank you so much. Nice skid, bud. I gotta figure out how to end it.
I was just live streaming.
Have a good night, Brian. Thanks again for everything, everyone. We really appreciate it.